In the latest episode of House of the Dragon, we got to see some new Dragon Riders. We got to see Ulf White and Hugh Hammer. In this video, I'm going to be going through who they are as described in Fire and Blood and why they're so important in Dance of the Dragons. Let's start with Ulf White, also known as Ulf the White, and this is how he's described in Fire and Blood. Ulf was pale-haired and named for his white hair. Although Ulf had Valyrian features and was able to successfully bond with a dragon, his parentage was not stated, and it is possible that Ulf himself did not know exactly which Targaryen he descended from. However, we saw in the show they kind of changed that and described who he was from. Ulf was known for his drinking. He could not read or write. He was a dragon seed of Dragonstone. Ulf the White was a man-at-arms when the Dance of Dragons began. When Prince Jace called for Dragon Riders in 129 AC. Again, just remember, this is in the book, so there are some changes made for the show. Ulf was able to mount Silverwing. Ulf and his fellow dragon seeds Hugh Hammer, Nettles, and Adam Velaryon fought valiantly beside Jace in the Battle of the Gullet. After the fall of King's Landing, Prince Daemon suggested that Ulf be wed to the daughter of the late Lord Stokeworth, but Rhaenyra declined that offer. The queen instead granted knighthood to Ulf and Hugh and granted them lands on Driftmark. According to Mushroom, a drunken Ulf rode through Flea Bottom wearing only golden spurs. When Daemon suggested that houses Baratheon and Lannister be destroyed for their support of King Aegon, he proposed granting Storm's End to Ulf, but after Corlys opposed this idea, Rhaenyra refused the suggestion. In 130 AC, Ulf White and Hugh Hammer were sent to help the Blacks defend the town of Tumbleton from Lord Ormond Hightower's approaching host. During the first Battle of Tumbleton, however, the two betrayers defected to the Greens. Prince Daeron Targaryen named Ulf as Lord of Bitterbridge, but Ulf desired to receive Highgarden as his seat, not considering Bitterbridge to be sufficient enough. According to Mushroom, Ulf raped 3 maidens each night and fed those who displeased him to his dragon Silverwing. Ulf took the bawdy badger as his favorite inn. The Caltrops conspired to kill both Ulf and Hugh Hammer. Lord Unwin Peake had warrants for their executions drawn up, which were signed by Prince Daeron. The day that the Caltrops planned to strike, the second Battle of Tumbleton took place. Ulf ended up surviving the battle, drunkenly sleeping through every attempt to wake him up. When he learned that Hugh had died during the battle, Ulf informed Lord Peake that he was going to claim the Iron Throne. The next day, Sir Hobart Hightower brought Ulf 2 casks of wine, 1 Dornish Red and 1 Arbor Gold. As Ulf preferred the sweeter vintage, the Arbor Gold had been poisoned. Suspicious of Hobart's behavior, Ulf commanded the Dornish Red to be set aside, and only dared drink from the poisoned Arbor Gold after he had seen Hobart drink from it himself. After Hobart asked for a second cup, Ulf drank 3 cups himself, and soon fell asleep due to the poison. Now let's look at Hugh Hammer. Hugh was tall and huge, with hands strong enough to twist steel bars. He wielded a warhammer, and he was not able to read or write, similar to Ulf. Hugh was a blacksmith's bastard on Dragonstone when the dance began. When Prince Jace called for Dragon Riders in 129 AC, he was allowed to mount Vermithor. After the fall of King's Landing, Prince Daemon suggested that Hugh be wed to the daughter of the late Lord Rosby. As like I said, Rhaenyra declined. In 130 AC, Ulf and Hugh were sent to help the Blacks to defend Tumbleton. Calling himself Lord Hammer, Hugh desired to become a king. He gained support from the soldiers who believed a prophecy which spoke of a new king arising once a hammer falls on a dragon. Prince Daeron Targaryen threw wine in his face when he made his claim known, and Hugh threatened to beat the boy. The next day, Hugh wore a crown of black iron, which Sir Roger Corn knocked off. Hugh nailed 3 horseshoes to Roger's skull, and the ensuing fight between Hugh and Roger's supporters led to 3 dead and 12 wounded. Hugh slept with the widow of a knight whom he had killed during the first Battle of Tumbleton. The Caltrops conspired to kill Hugh and Ulf, but their plans were interrupted by the second Battle of Tumbleton, and while Hugh was preparing for battle, Sir John Roxton killed the Dragon Seed with his Valyrian steel blade, Orphan Maker. John was killed in turn by Hugh's men, allegedly after slipping on one of Hugh's entrails. So there you have it. That's the story and lives of Hugh and Ulf, the recent dragon riders that we just got to see in episode 7 of House of the Dragon. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.